Sit back, I'm about to sit back, sit back, I'm about to begin. Sit back, I'm about sit back, I'm about to begin.
So we know that the defensive players on this team have gotten really young. The Chiefs have intentionally built a very young defense. But there are guys that are coming up on contracts that are notable players on this defense for now and potentially in the future. So my question is, which defensive player is next in line for the Chiefs to give that big money to? Is there anyone currently on this defense outside of Chris Jones that the Chiefs view as a long-term, have-to-keep type of player? That's the question I'm bringing up today. And then there's Willie Gay Jr. Willie Gay is a true fan favorite. I don't think I know a single Chiefs fan that doesn't love Willie Gay. I've never heard a negative word about it. Even when he was going through the crap he was going through with his ex and his baby mama, there were fans that were just vehemently defending him. And I think rightfully so, because there was a lot of muddy waters in that. And obviously he's a player for this team that the Chiefs fans just love. And there's very little doubt about this dude that you shouldn't love. I mean, he's an insane athlete, first of all. I mean, every time he's on the field, he's easily one of the 2-3 best athletes on the field at any given time, no matter who the Chiefs are facing. He's an absolute tackling machine and is always amped up on the sidelines. You see every time the Chiefs' offense is on the sidelines, he's waving that towel, or special teams is getting out there, he's getting the crowd pumped up. Him and Chris Jones really feed off each other's energy, and I really appreciate that about Willie Gay, is that even though he's still one of the younger guys on the team, he still goes out there, shows a lot of leadership, get on the sidelines, getting guys awake, high-fiving, getting dudes amped up. And I that's something that you can't coach. That's something that's embedded in somebody. That's something that just naturally comes about within that person. Not to mention the fact that he's clearly shown his value when he's on and off the field. Because I tweeted this back in October of 2022, so the numbers changed a little bit, but this is where it was during that time of the year. The Chiefs' defense in games that Willie Gay does start since 2020, this is playoffs included, they only give up 20 points per game. Chiefs' defense in games Willie Gay does not start since 2020, playoffs included, they're giving up 28 points per game. So him being in this defense has really helped out big time. Like, you can tell that there's a difference in athleticism, ability, speed, everything when Willie Gay's on the field and when he's not on the field. So he clearly has shown his value to this team. He'll only be 25 years old in 2023, and he looks to be just entering his prime. Like, we could really start to see Willie Gay shape into something that could be special in this league. Which is why, ironically, I don't think Willie Gay is a long-term answer here in Kansas City. I think that Willie Gay is going to outprice himself this season. We have to remember that the outside linebacker market is a hefty one. Teams of all current structures, whether good or bad, will overspend at this position, except the Chiefs. Think about it. The Chiefs have shown over and over just these last two off seasons what they plan to do at linebacker. You can connect these dots. They drafted Leo Chenal. They just signed Drew Tranquill to that low-end, high-reward, low-risk deal. Drafted B.J. Thompson, who will play out some outside linebacker this year. I know he plays D-end, and he's exclusively a pass rusher, but you saw in his draft highlights, this dude was out there doing pass pro, stuff that they have Willie Gay doing right now. So there's guys on this team right now that the Chiefs have shown us that they can build their linebacker room with Chief veterans and draft picks. And they don't have to go out there and overspend on guys like Willie Gay Jr. Willie Gay will be neither when it comes to 2024. He will not be a cheap veteran, and he will no longer be on that rookie deal. He's the type of guy that can and will get himself a nice fat contract. How do I know that? Well, according to SpotRack.com, as it currently stands, Willie Gay Jr.'s current market value is set at 4 years, $28.2 million. That's not too bad right now as it currently stands. That's something I think the Chiefs could do and probably would do. But you have to ask yourself this. Why didn't the Chiefs pay him this offseason then? What's stopping them from doing that? If he's a valued commodity, if he's a guy they see and they view as a long-term answer, outside linebacker, with that contract that can easily be done, why didn't they do it? And when Willie has a career year or at worst another more of the same season with more playoff success attached, you don't think the price tag will go up at least another $5 million? Think about it. Willie Gay could potentially be a two-time champion by the end of 2023. 25 years old at a prime position? Oh, my God. And he plays a very valuable position on a team that doesn't overspend there. That's the problem, though, for him. He's a very good player, but he's not a unicorn one of one. I think we would all agree to that. He's a very solid, good player. He has the potential to be that guy. He hasn't been that yet. And he's missed time with injuries, missed time due to suspensions, things like that kind of weather that storm a little bit of the hype that you want to put around Willie Gay moving into a contract year. The Chiefs can replace him while saving millions, and that is what I expect them to do. That is where I stand with Willie Gay. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe the Chiefs end up saying, look, man, we can't do it without this guy. He's a guy that we got to keep. That may happen. I don't anticipate that's going to happen. And that leaves my guy, L'Jarius Sneed. He is the Chiefs' second best player on the defense and one of the most versatile defensive players in the league, and that is without question. Since day one, we could tell that Veach got himself an absolute steal in the 4th round when he drafted Sneed. Even though he only played 9 games in his rookie campaign, we could see that he was the best corner on this roster already.
Unique skill set.
Drafted as a safety, thank you, Trevor, because that was exactly what I was about to go to. Drafted as a safety, but has played outside and slot corner in his NFL career. Sneed has shown that he can do it from he can do it all, from picking off and breaking up downfield passes, shutting down slot receivers, and even sacking the quarterback. He is a player any defense would kill to have. Many assume that he will be a guy that the Chiefs will extend and keep in Kansas City for years to come. But a lot like Willie Gay Jr., Sneed plays a position that the Chiefs have stayed young and cheap at since Veach took over. I told you guys a few weeks back, and I know you guys will probably remember this from that episode we had this discussion. I told you guys a few weeks back the most money that Veach has ever spent on a cornerback was Bashaud Breeland, and he made around $2.5 million in 2019. That's the most he's ever spent at that position. You can talk about maybe in a few years McDuffie might be a guy that they decide to break the bank on. That's debatable. The fact is, Sneed's market value is sitting at 4 years, roughly $30 million. Like Willie Gay Jr., that's not bad for the player he is. But yet again, if that's something the Chiefs could do, why haven't they? And when they have postseason success again, his number is going to go up by millions. Furthermore, and this is I hate to be this guy, the brass tacks of everything, because as much as I love to praise L'Jarius Sneed, he's a guy and I love him to death, the Chiefs have had insane success with Sneed, but they've also had it without him. Since 2020, he's missed 9 games. That's postseason included. They're 8-1 in those games. Mm-hmm. And that includes the AFC Championship just this last season when he played 4 defensive snaps and went out, I believe it was a concussion. And all the rookie players that the Chiefs just drafted a few months back, previous to this AFC Championship, all stepped up. And I hate to say it, the Chiefs didn't miss L'Jarius Sneed in that game. And if you would have told me before that game that in 4 plays, L'Jarius Sneed goes down with a concussion, how would I feel? I'd be sweating bullets. Because I love Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, and Brian Cook, and these other guys. We all knew that the best player going in that game in the defensive back department was without question L'Jarius Sneed. And losing him, a lot like losing Tyrann Mathieu the year previous, ironically, in the AFC Championship, is something that I found, that was a Buffalo Bills game, something I very much feared. And when we saw L'Jarius Sneed go down, I feared that vehemently. But we saw these guys step up, which gave the Chiefs even more ammunition and justification to not pay him after something like that took place. And that is why, and that's 100% the reason why I'm bringing all this all in, because I'm going to say this. Outside of Chris Jones, there isn't a single guy on this defense that the Chiefs can't live without.
He's the